So today is Yud Zayin El, and it's actually the day which Noach sent out the dove for the first time to go seek out dry land. It didn't find any dry land. It came back. Question. Hashem tells Noach that there's going to be a great mabul, a big flood. It's going to destroy the world, build a teva, make it this high and this big and this wide, and bring these animals, etc. A bunch of details. So Hashem has been commanding Noach the whole entire time about the flood. How come he doesn't command Noach when to leave the teva? It's like Hashem does half a job here. He tells him, here, get inside the teva and you'll stay safe, and then goodbye, Charlie. Why doesn't Noach just wait for Hashem to tell him to go out? Go out of the teva. It's safe now, go out. So I think there's a theme which you could see with Adam HaRishon and the Chet Eitz Hadas. According to Chassidus, Adam and Chava actually did the right thing by eating the fruit. And why? Because through eating the fruit, they descended to the lowest world. Once they descended to the lowest world, which is this world, we can actually now work on elevating this world and bringing it up, which is ultimately Hashem's plan. Hashem always wanted them to technically eat from the Chet Eitz Hadas so that they can come down. But Hashem would not put them into the lowest world. Hashem wouldn't take them, bring them here. To conquer, essentially. Conquest. That has to be something which Adam did on his own. Adam had to choose to do it. Adam had to go out and choose to do the Chet Eitz Hadas in order to descend. Because when it comes to conquest is our job. Our job is to go out into the world and to conquer it. Which means we do it on our terms, we do it how we think, we do it how we feel, we follow the laws of nature, and we use our, our deduction and our reasoning and our logic to be able to figure out how to conquer the world. When it comes to keeping us safe, that's Hashem's job. Which is why Hashem told you, hey, there's a flood coming, quickly build a teva, go inside, Which means Hashem is the one who protects us. We are the ones who fight for him. It is our job to go out and to conquer, and we have to do that on our terms. And that's why we don't, when it comes to conquering the world, we have to always do that in the way by which we see fit, in the way which works for us the most. Do it in our special way. And the Rebbe would always make this point very poignantly, where he would constantly encourage people who had a certain chush, had a certain talent in a certain field, even if, let's say, it wouldn't be obvious, per se, that this field was, say, traditionally Jewish. For instance, if somebody knew how to play the guitar, which, or if, or any other level of chush, the Rebbe wouldn't tell them, oh no, sit down, learn in yeshiva, don't play the guitar. The Rebbe would say, you have to find a healthy outlet for this guitar. You have to, if Hashem gave you a chush, you have to use that chush to conquer the world with. But you have to do that. It's your obligation. And there's not going to be a specific mitzvah, play guitar at this time and this hour. You have to make those choices. So, and I think that's really, that's the beauty of the partnership in this creation, where we have to be steadfast and understand Hashem is constantly keeping us safe from the floods of the physical world. It says actually in a mimer from the Rebbe Maharash that the concept of flooding waters, a powerful river and a vast ocean, is the weight of financial burdens which we have. The powerful ocean, like one after another, you have bills coming in, it's constantly trying to wash away your flame for Hashem, the desire for Hashem. And then it says, the vast ocean, it explains, it's like, imagine if somebody's stuck at the bottom of the ocean, there's so much pressure, it's impossible to be able to survive down there. I think we can't even send machines necessarily down there because there's so much pressure under the ocean. And yet, even with all of these things coming against, even with all these trials and tribulations which we have, in this case it would be financial pressure specifically, even so they can't extinguish the love which a Jew has for Hashem. No matter, so when it comes to the flood of money, the flood of family, the flood of health, all these floods, Hashem's problem, not yours. I mean, you have to listen, but Hashem will, which listening just means following halacha. But yeah, that's Hashem. Keeping you safe, that's Hashem's business. Conquering the world, that's our business. And we have to do it on our terms and with our chushim.